Hi, welcome to Chris World Roundtable. Here is just a platform where we discuss, we share important issues and topics. Today, I have this issue that I want to share. 3 types of pastors that you must stay away from. The first type of a pastor is a pastor who always talk about himself. This is a kind of a man of God who always talk about his family, always talk about his wife maybe, or husband. Pastor who always share about his successes. In most cases, talking about the properties, talking about his worth, talking about a lot of things that are not necessary. You see, that kind of a preacher is too toxic and too dangerous, because what he does, he projects himself as somebody who is very, very superior. This is a kind of a pastor who always will try to reflect the good of the gospel by talking about himself, always praising his kids, always talking about the success of his children. Every time he preaches, he divert from the main message and talk about himself. In most cases, this is done to attract the audience or to attract the congregation. That is a symbol of success, that is making it in life. So such kind of a man of God, be careful when you are around him. Be very careful. The second type of a pastor, this is a pastor who does not preach what he lives. This hypocritical kind of a pastor. It's a man of God who always talk about things that he don't do. You see, as a pastor, you cannot share about prayer if you are not prayerful. You cannot talk about generosity if you are not a giver. So a good pastor is a pastor who lead by example. Is a pastor who will always be in the forefront to show the way. Is a pastor who always lead from the front. Whatever that he shares is something that he practices. But a dangerous pastor is the one who always will tell you that do what I preach, don't do what I live. So that kind of a man of God becomes so hypocritical. Therefore, it is very important to open up your eyes and ears, because at the end of the day, you will get hurt in that kind of environment. So it's very important that as members, as a congregation, we become wise. I believe that coming to church is very important, but the church has been depicted as a place where people don't apply their brains. But let me say this openly, that when we go to church, let's go with our brains. Let us not leave them outside. We must be careful on the type of men of God that lead us. Therefore, the third kind of a pastor that you must stay away from. This is a man of God who always will draw people to himself, but not to Christ. This is very, very, very important. because this kind of a pastor, he projects himself as a mediator between people and God. A pastor who don't empower people to pray for themselves, but he teach them that he's the one who can pray for them. A pastor who don't teach his people to be independent. This is a kind of pastor who always will tell his congregation that whatever that I say, whatever that I do it. Because this kind of, they project themselves as very, very important people above the congregation. They don't empower their people to stand on their own. Whenever they face a challenge, they must call him. Whenever they have a headache, they must call him. Even in a very simple things, simple challenges of life, they must call him, because he projected himself as a what? As somebody who stands between them and God. Therefore, his people, his congregation is not empowered to stand on itself. You find that at the end of the day, the congregation worship him. This is the danger of this type of pastors. At the end of the day, he become God before them. They worship him. They take him as a real papa who always will take their prayers up to God. So I wanted to highlight this short sharing that be careful of these three types of pastors. They are very dangerous, very toxic, to a point where you can be captured by their spirit. I just wanted to share this. Subscribe in my YouTube channel, Chris World Roundtable. Let's share the message. Let us spread this news. Here we are not here to criticize anybody, but we are here to highlight to people the issues around life and ministry. Keep well, guys. Thank you.